We are streaming on December the 31st. This is Jack the Wonder Dog. Say good morning, Jack. Oh, wait. Let me get you in frame, dude. Focus up. Jack the Wonder Dog. How you doing, buddy? Say hi to everybody. We're closing out 2025 today. You look ready for the day, sir. But you're the one who decided you want to stay in here while I was doing this. You didn't want to go out. I know, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Jack the Wonder Dog. And look at those eyes. You see why I'm pretty much completely 100% sprung on Jack the Wonder Dog. So what's in your spot, buddy? No, you're okay. I got to do this thing. You know how to do this thing. Well, it's true. My Lord, these eyes. Look at this. Hold on. Let me get him. See if I can get him back in frame again properly. Good morning, everyone. Oh, look at these eyes. How can you deny those eyes? He hasn't been denied, I assure you. Dude, go lay down. You're okay. It's all right. So I don't know what he thinks he wants this morning that's different than what he gets every morning, which he has had everything that he normally gets every morning. Anyway, there we go. But there was Jack the Wonder Dog, bringing him into the fold of everything that we do around these parts. Gosh, dude. Yeah, that lighting was pretty hard on you, buddy. We'll work that out. So let me do a little clicking. Hope everybody's having a great New Year's Eve. Here we are. Yes. And with a topic that is quite simple, out with the old and in with the new year. Yeah. So, big plans for the evening? Our tradition will, Lord willing, continue as we always do. Pin that up to the top so I can keep an eye on those comments. And there we go. No, actually, it's funny. The cats, they're nowhere near as he's a great I mean, I guess by Kalahula, he's a cattle dog by nature and trait and everything else. And every creature, great and small, loves Jack the Wonder Dog. Except for, well, um, the Chiweenie, Zuma, that we've had forever now. Yeah, Zuma, he's just got short dog syndrome is the best way we can put it, because he's just kind of a jerk about everything. Jack, and they used to play. They used to play all the time. And then at some point, when Jack the Wonder Dog was still Jack the Wonder Puppy, um, he's just he got mad because Jack got the stick away from the Zuma, and he's been pissed ever since. And that's like almost 6 years now. It's crazy. But he's also all bark and no bite when it comes to all that, because whenever he wants to try to get a little physical with things, Jack's a good boy and just holds him down and just makes him calm down and stop. It's funny, really is. It's annoying as all get out, but it's funny. So, but no, that's a great. That's just like a good way to ring in the new year with a clean house and bad movies. I could dig that. Ours is very simple. We just go over to my mother and father-in-law's and just ring in the new year. And it's been weird the past, well, quite a few years now since they stopped. Well, Dick Clark's not ringing in the new year, so it's just not the same, you know. It just can't be the same without Dick Clark, ladies and gentlemen. Funny little thing, because I put this up this morning. Is this supposed to be there? I don't want to break anything right now. Yeah, I think it was a little bit of a hiccup. Anyway, so like last night, this morning, way early this morning, I was like, uh, I was up. I'll tell you why in a minute. But the big thing was I wanted to start, I had to get something back over here on the block with Flip the Calendar. And so I was thinking a Father Time thing, that would be fun. And it was funny because in printing, this is actually Chronos. Educational moment coming up. But this is Chronos, the father of Zeus in Greek mythology. And Chronos is the root and core of Father Time, right? That's who Chronos was. He was the god of time, but and change, and but not in a good way. He's a bit of a violent cuss. Hey, good morning. Wow, so Zach's sick too, man. Thomas, what's wrong with y'all? Come on, man. Um, let's give a little love out there. I hope he gets feeling better faster than you did or I did and all that. It's just that time of the year. Plus this crazy seasonal shift we had where once again we ran through all the seasons in 72 hours. It's crazy. I do find it funny Maybe not funny. I don't know. Depends on how you look at it. But the CDC is reporting that there's a huge surge in flu cases now. After it took its vacation, it has come back with a vengeance. And so, but be careful out there. Wash your hands and things like that. That's the simple one. But just be careful. That's it. What else is going on as we get rid of the old? We're getting rid of the old. Bye bye. And ring in the new year. I don't know. I've still got lots of things that, again, I get like focused in on stuff. Like yesterday, um, this cruddy crud decided that it was going to try to hold me down and hold me back. And I'm like, no, you're not. So I have one thing that I was diving into that I wanted done. And I tell you what, I pretty much wasted the damn day. And I hate when that happens. What was it you were doing, Jim? Well, I was working on the updated version of the 72601 Life Guide, right? Just I had gotten the new business license listing from the city by way of FOIA request. And I thought, okay, cool, this is going to be easy peasy. And I had a new way I wanted to do a thing. And it just never worked right. And that's on, there's a lot of it that, as far as that part goes, I'll own because I was learning something new. And that didn't work. So it's like, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Seriously. Innovation is great when you need to innovate. Sometimes, though, dial it back. So I'm dialing it back for now. I'll do some updates later because, again, and part of it, and again, this isn't wanting to be the, oh, woe was me thing, but part of it is the information that was provided. It was wonky. It's all there, but it's just a sloppy database. I got it as a PDF form instead of a Excel sheet, and it's just crap. It just is. It's like trying to work that in a manageable way. It was just, but I spent the whole damn day trying to get to work, and that was dumb on my part, especially with the crud. So it's like it was frustrating. And then I had a few other little things that weren't pressing at all. But one of the things was I'd had a hiccup with my printer, my beloved printer. I love this machine, right? And I was like, well, a few days it was down, hence why you didn't see cool new 3D printed stuff. And I was like, well, fine, I'll work on that. And I started that project late. But at the end of the day, literally, actually into this morning, I finally got it worked out. Hoorah. And Kronos was able to come to life, only to be relevant for one day right now. As Father Time, this is his day. Tomorrow's Baby New Year. I'm gonna look for something interesting to add to the morning photo with that. But all that said, it's all right. It was cool because, again, in looking up Father Time thingies to print, and then I found Kronos, which I had never heard of. I'd never heard of Kronos, the father of Zeus, and that whole line of the Greek mythology of things, to where, excuse me, and Greek mythology is funny and weird in and of itself, because it's like, man, where'd y'all get this? So Kronos, father of Zeus, the big guy with the lightning bolts and everything. Um, anyway, they he was the son of Gaia and Uranus. Uranus. So yeah, so Gaia, Earth, and Uranus, Uranus were the parents of Kronos, time, right? The god of time. Who also had a bunch of other kids. A lot of the other ones, the big major Olympians. With Zeus being the youngest, he was number 6. And I agree, Damien. Sometimes that your soul telling you don't need that. You are absolutely correct, sir. So I'm going to revamp that whole concept and thought. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but anyway. But yeah, so Kronos, son of Gaia and Uranus. That's so dumb. But you know what? It's coffee talk. Who cares? But anyway, so like he ate all of his children except for Zeus because his wife, Zeus's mother, I forgot her name. Anyway, she said, "No, no, no. Here, eat this one too." And it was a stone. So Kronos apparently was not very smart, obviously, because he ate like 5 children before he was supposed to eat Zeus and didn't realize that it was a rock. Kronos is dumb. Anyway, but then Zeus, yeah, well, sure, he's a Titan. He's a Titan, but he also got 8. Well, he didn't get 8, but he came back and he thumped Kronos. Anyway, it's fun. I didn't know that, and it was neat. And so what I like about you, Damien, you're very well read. That is very, 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 very good. Yep. So anyway, but what else is going on in the world? Yesterday, another thing in the process. Now, mind you, I was getting a little frustrated throughout my project of the day, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like I was kicking and screaming and throwing stuff out of frustration. It was just getting annoying, very, very, very annoying. It was a very long work day on that. But I'd still keep something on in the background to kind of keep me. How the noise you can like it helps it easy, makes it easier to focus in on stuff. Um, well, I did that and been surfing around just a little bit. Whenever I just had to take a breather, and in taking the breather, yeah, the Greek gods are not any smarter than us. That can't be good. You're correct. It is not, because that's what I was going to get to. The information war that has been waged all around the world over the past, well, really, going on 10 years now, is it's looking like whoever the they is, they won. Because the stuff that's out there now, I've never seen people so stupid in my life. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just the arguments, discussions, debates, all under the guise of free speech, have come to a head of stupid. I'm talking idiocracy full bore, man. Seriously stupid. Just dumb. The positions, the arguments, the conspiracy theories are just too stupid now. They're just dumb. They're going to turn me into someone who will seem sane now, because it's just all so dumb. And I can't help but think it's by design, because you just had what appeared to be quite level-headed thinkers asking questions to just being just stupid. That's the only way I could put it. But anyway, that's about it. It's going to be a lovely day weather-wise. Not too cold, not too hot. And there's that. I've got to go do some things today. And I'll get those done. Because again, I'm back on my feetish. Again, that sounded terrible. Uh, feetish. Don't use that word, Jim. Okay, I made it up. And there's a reason why no one else did before. Yeah. So we'll move along from that one. That was terrible. So, oh gosh, what you guys got going on? Tell me about it. Tell me something interesting. Because I really don't. I'm just waiting on nothing, just moving forward every day. It's so funny. Again, it's like we got another calendar thing, right? It's New Year's Eve. Tomorrow's New Year's Day, so we're starting the whole thing over, ish. And now and I forgot about this. That this is going to be the year 2026. Going to be the year that the United States of America, as a unit, turns 250 years old. And it was so funny because I want to look up. I remember as a kid and growing up in Arkansas, and I guess it was 1986, and we had the big sesquicentennial celebration of the 150-year anniversary of Arkansas. So sesquicentennial, we had to work on pronouncing that. Well, here's what's interesting, and this is like totally American. I mean, all American. It's like the proper term for the 250th anniversary is sesquicentennial. But here in the States, expect to hear semi-quincentennial instead of sesquicentennial. So let's get ready to have a great and wonderful semi-quincentennial. And along with that, there's an initiative to push for 2026 for America Gives. America Gives 2026, like that big civic push for Americans to do good things out of the kindness of their hearts, because we're Americans celebrating 250 years of same said things. Now then, that ought to be interesting. Oh, they did. See, I knew they would. With the way I said fetish. Yeah, that'll be fun to play with the captions. Fetish, fetish, fetish. Or I'll look weird and I just got flagged. Ah. Yeah, well, we shouldn't. I don't know. I'm gonna. Yeah, so semi-quincentennial. I don't know. It would be really nice because again, it's like I was too little in 1976 to really go all in on the bicentennial, because I was what, 3, barely, not even. No, I wasn't even 3. I was like 2.5. So because I didn't turn 3 until that December in 1976. So don't really remember much about the bicentennial, other than all the stuff that was created for the bicentennial celebrations across the country, lingered on for many, many years. And it was good stuff. It was nice and patriotic, and I miss that simplicity. We have, if I dare say, too much information out there, and because people prove why it's not a great idea, or why it's not such a great idea to have too many people with a microphone and a camera. But that's just me. But I don't know. But I do know, to help you in your semi-quincentennial, I can help you in your celebrations by bringing Uncle Sam back into the fold. I wonder, I haven't tried this actually. Well, it's going to be too low. Yeah. I'll just leave him down here looking a little ominous. Not from Venezuela, are you? How about Somalia? Is there a thing going on there? That's so raw and unnecessary. I'll be damned if you're Russian. Oh, 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 oh. See if we can get his finger in there just a little bit more in the frame. No, that won't work. Oh, hold on. I don't want to touch on the little mouse pad thingy. There we go. That'll be fun. He's going to be judging you the rest of the morning. That's goofy. I like it. Oh my goodness gracious. So yeah, so Uncle Sam, he is still available on the AMP Multimedia Superstore site. You can get him all along with a signed copy of Toys or Totems if you like. But more importantly, he's here to judge you in the corner. That's silly. But we need more silly this morning because silly's important. Actually, hey, let's go full on capitalism since that's what we do. Let me go get I'm going to get the link. If you're interested, I think there's a few more that are available. No, I got to make an adjustment. Dang, I'm out of stock over there. So I got to fix that too. So anyway, I will make that possible and plausible before the day is done. It's funny because like I still got a camera here, but Sam's like right in my face where my monitor is. But that's okay. But he's still right down there, pretty much judging you. It's pretty hardcore. But yeah, I need to fix that. Anyway, I'm not gonna do it while we're sitting here. That'd be rude. I don't know, guys. What else is going on? I know it's like I went to do the news roundup thing that I do in the mornings to just kind of get up to date on everything, and it's just to end the year on such a downer with all the hot point flashpoints of wars and such, and also the coming things that nations are doing that don't look like they're going to have a great overall outcome unless you happen to be a part of or invested deeply in the military industrial complex. You're going to be just raking it in this year. I wouldn't give financial advice or take financial advice from me, but I would say that this will be a good year for those military stocks for sure, because it's looking dicey out there, and but things are weird. And again, with nothing will happen for another week or so. Maybe. I mean, you're probably right. You're a very observant fellow, so I have to agree. But then again, we've had things happen out of the norm. Okay, true story. With the Epstein files, that latest dump that they did, that all the stuff, the Clintons got all upset, and everybody else was upset or whatever. This was but we're if you recall the 90s, one of the patterns that happened back then is every single time there was a new Clinton scandal of some sort, Iraq got bombed all to be damned. Every single time. Didn't matter what it was. Something happens, oh, no, I didn't do that. We got to go attack Iraq. Okay, and that's what we did. We kept hitting Iraq every time. And it's like, those guys, man, Bill Clinton's deviance just led to a bad day for Iraqis. And I hate that. But we had all the pieces on the puzzle that you would think for that distraction thing we would do and repeat. We had a Clinton in the headlines again, doing something saucy, and we didn't. But we did eventually, hit, what was it, Nigeria, along with Venezuela. So those theaters are interesting because that's the thing. Everybody is so busy talking about stuff that really does not matter. At all. And it's so funny in those spaces of the alternative media, when you watch them melting down, I they're so entitled, and people have really, 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 really come detached from how things really work when it comes to the law and how our system works, because everybody's wanting all this information from the feds and the Charlie Kirk case and all that. It's like, dude, you don't get that. It's an active. We're past investigation. We're at trial now, and being in trial outside of what happens. Well, we're still in hearing phase, I guess, but still. Um, the public is not entitled to that information. We're not. It doesn't matter what level you're at, because this is where you let the justice part of the system that we've all agreed upon do its job. But you've got these people kicking and screaming, the official narrative is crap. I agree. It's very suspect. However, the evidence that goes either way on that, um, we're not privy. We don't need to be privy to. What are you going to do with it? It's funny, but people have fallen into a trap with that. They really have, and it's disturbing. But I don't know. Well, I see Jack the Wonder Dog. He's just kind of taking it all in, because again, he normally doesn't care to hang out in here when I'm doing these sorts of things. He finally got to where I can do this before, because anytime I went to record in the past, he'd have a fit because he didn't understand why I was like talking into a microphone or just one of these screens. He thought maybe I was losing my mind because I was talking, but I wasn't looking at him. So he thought it was just kind of nuts. We are definitely going to abbreviate this thing this morning, because I don't have a lot to say really, other than, again, the biggest thing I can share of any merit for the morning thought is yesterday's debacle with the task that I had outlined for myself. Um, it was just crap. However, I wouldn't give up on the day, because it's like, I'm not losing a day. I'm not losing a day. I've got to have some kind of forward momentum. Well, every mistake is a lesson learned. Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, it's also a wasted day as far as I'm concerned. Learned a lot. Learned a lot of things I'm not going to do. But I couldn't let that be my win for the day. I had to have a win. And so the win for the day came by way of getting my printer working. And it was nothing against the printer. As a matter of fact, it shows how awesome this printer is. For whatever particular reason, I had this one filament that I bought a little cheaper. It just goes to show quality over quantity, kids. But I bought, I wouldn't think it was because of the brand and everything, but it was just a low rent one. But it caused a clog. And when you get a clog, you got to solve a clog. And the thing is, I've never fixed a clog with this machine before, so it will. It was crap. So anyway, I learned a lot in fixing my printer, and at the end of the day, I actually had results to show for it. So that was cool. Yeah, and looking at March, yeah, see, this is going to be interesting. Actually, the political season, be ready, because that's coming like now. Because you do have the primaries in March, and so everything is ramping up and amping up very fast in political campaigns. And I know a little something about that when it comes to like what I'm doing with the virtual stump. And then also I do offer services that are definitely good for candidates, um, in regards to being able to. It helps a campaign be able to, and to the who doesn't like this, allow for them to be able to um, campaign around the clock, if you will, because again, and it's like politics on the national level has made the local level just as smeared and stained as it is, when it shouldn't be, because the local and the federal, two totally different ball games in the cult of personality, because people don't pay enough attention to the local. And so I'm working on my own version of like rock the vote thing to encourage people to show up for the midterms. If you just gotta, I mean, it really is that important. And just because we don't have the flash and the pomp of a full-on general election with president and all that, the midterms are always just sloppy. Well, they don't have to be. Okay. All right, buddy. You give Zach a big hug from all of us over here, man. Um, so I don't know. I'm a little Pollyanna and hoping that people will pay attention. But I know if I don't give them something to pay attention to, they won't. But I do also realize Gen Z, for a lot of them, this can be their first time and their opportunity to vote for the first time. So people need to not discount them, because this generation, the Gen Z, are the ones who, they have questions and they go after them, for the answers. They want to find them. and they're information junkies, hardcore. And things are changing on that front too, because kind of in my distraction zones last night, reading up, learning up about, like with Google, Google's taking a hit as far as search goes. It looks minuscule, but you got to figure they've been ruling the roost for 20 years. And now the AI systems, the large language models that people are relying more and more on, myself included, aren't using Google. We're using the chat bots and such. And it's better in a way. I mean, in one way, it's great because it gives you the instant information. That's nice. You might have to verify it, but it's getting better on the well. Um, but Google's taking a hit. Sure, they got Gemini and their own AI stuff, and even when you do a Google search, the AI is already incorporated there. But the thing is, though, is the way it's going to work as it continues to evolve is, take a note of this, kids. The search engine will still be there for now, but with people incorporated using the AI systems to like get the information in searches, the old days of like SEO, search engine optimization, they're going away. And so to be able to be found, there are certain things that will be in your best interest to be mindful of, getting yourself to where you can be seen by AI and then recommended as such. So it's a different territory that we're going into. Totally, 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 totally different thing that we're going into. So, yeah, that's about it as far as all that goes. And so I'm trying to pull up an example. Well, I'll just share with you later as we go. But the main thing is you got to start making that digital footprint if you're wanting to be found by goods and services, things like that. You're going to have to start taking some steps to do some extra things, so the AI will start cataloging what you're doing, so you can be discovered online. I know that sounds terrible, but the truth is it's already been done for you. That's what search engine optimization was for. But that's changing now. And it's just one of those things in this transition in paradigm. Oh my goodness. Sam is so judgmental. Speaking of which, just because it's fun. Oh my gosh. Let's see, where am I at here? I know this is kind of rude to do this while I'm sitting here, but you know what? We're having coffee. It's a slow roll morning on this New Year's Eve day. And I need to do this so I'm not gonna forget. But sometimes you do. Oh, let's see here. I need to bump this up. No, I didn't need to. Okay, I can't do it there. Never mind. I should have waited. Anyway, what else is going on there? I hope Gar's all right. I think it looks like he's sleeping in this New Year's Eve morning. But I know all is well because Gar is a true trooper. And this is Wednesday again, right? Yeah, Wednesday the 31st of 2025. This will be the last. Think about this. This will be the last Wednesday, December 31st, 2025 ever. Ever. Never again shall Wednesday, December the 31st, 2025 occur. Kind of a deep thought, I'd say. But it will be no more. But it's something also good to kind of remind yourself with when it comes to the past, that the past truly is non-existent, except in your imagination. And what's been trapped and captured here inside of the boxes, right? Ponder that, chew on that for a minute. And that's why it's important to make the best of every day, because it'll be gone. And the only time it exists is in your own imagination. And that's where you can fall into a trap if you're not careful. The past is wonderful to learn from, excuse me, but not so great from, or for, I don't know. Man, I done got too philosophical on that. And I need to not do that right now, because I'm really not waking up very well this morning. It's like a very slow rollout. Like I said, I got a little bit of that crud that's going around everywhere, but it's a little bit better this morning than it was. And I'm good with that. I'm totally, totally, totally good with that. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, here we go. So I need to do things. Actually, I'm holding on for one more minute. I hate riding and watching the clock. This is terrible. Uh, yeah, there will be another December 31st, but never again shall there be a Wednesday in 2025, December 31st. So it makes it even more unique. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, and yep, it's one of those things. But I'm gonna wrap this thing up. It's just time. I put 30 minutes on the clock. It's sort of like, when you just you need to exercise, which I do need to do. It's not a New Year's resolution. It's just a lifestyle change that I've got to get in play because I want to get this type 2 completely whipped without the meds because I don't do them. I don't want them. But I know if I get off my butt and I move around a lot more, it's going to help exponentially. I just know it will because every time I do and I get started in that, it just works. And the blood sugar regulates and diet and sleep and everything. But boy, the past couple of weeks have just been willy-nilly when it comes to all those things. And I got to I have to take personal responsibility. Isn't that crazy? Plus, I think Jack the Wonder Dog. Hey, Jack, come here. Come here, Jack. Come. Let's go say. I want you to say bye to everybody. Come here. I say. Let me get that camera going again. All right. So once again, here is the most wonderful, incredible, amazing Jack the Wonder Dog. How are you, buddy? Are you ready to go out? Whoa, you're being so polite this morning. I appreciate that, buddy. Oh, don't cause an earthquake though, okay? But ladies and gentlemen, Jack the Wonder Dog making his broadcast debut because, well, he's cool like that. You ready to go outside, buddy? I'll take that as a big win and yes. So let me get over here and come back to that camera, put that up. And guys and gals, once again, thank you very much for hanging out with me, having some coffee this morning as we say goodbye to 2025 once for all and forever, unless it happens again. And if it does, man, we're screwed because I can only imagine what that technology was like. But let's do it again in the morning in 2026 and see what it looks like at 8 o'clock then. Okay? Okay. Have a great one, gang, and we'll talk again very, very soon.